my language in on the good level.
Okay. Well, good
Great.
deal.
Great.
Can we start off with a prayer?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Dear Father in heaven, you are amazing. Thank you for this opportunity to bring us face to face with Jacek in Zambia. Who would have thought we could meet like this without leaving our homes? Through you, all things are possible. Continue to guide us in this partnership between Epiphany Parish and Home of Hope. Help us understand each other and take with us what we learn back to our people. Help us spread the truth of your love and your sacrifice and make both of our worlds a reflection of your love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That's a very good beginning.
Thank you.
Mhm.
We've really enjoyed being a part of this partnership, and every year, as you know, we take the little bit that we know about Home of Hope and what you're doing there. We take it to the parish, but we'd like to hear directly from you. How did you get involved in Home of Hope? When did this all start?
Well, that's I from the beginning, from the way go. Let me warn you that I am very talkative person. So please feel free to cut in anytime you feel you had too much of
Okay.
me talking.
And
Okay.
and we have a free account, so it might only let us have 40 minutes. So we will try to.
Or maybe we can have it twice.
Okay.
We switch off and then we connect again.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
We'll
that's
see how it goes, because there are some boys who would like to meet you also
that would be
later
lovely.
on.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes, we would love it.
Okay.
Are they there?
They are. I keep them at bay just outside the door, but they are there. Yes.
Super. Well, how did you get involved in Home of Hope?
Oh, that wasn't my plan really. I would have to start from. I came to Zambia in 2003 to do my novitiate with the Missionaries of Africa, and then after 1 year, I was sent also to work for 2 years in one of the parishes in Zambia, in the Copperbelt province. So being the youngest in the community, because my brothers, they were well over 70, both of them, I was in charge of doing shopping, paying bills in town, whatever had to be done in the city center. So I started. When you reach town in any town in Zambia, you encounter children living on the street because they approach you and they want something. So I was faced with them, and then I started thinking, what could be done? Why are kids there? Because that's something that, like in Poland, where I come from, we do not have. It's not possible for kids to be begging on the street, to be sleeping there, visibly intoxicated. So that was for me first shock, and then I thought, okay, there must be something that could be done. And I started engaging with kids, asking them where they come from, getting to know them, having chatting. My free time, Sunday afternoon when there was no work in the parish, or Monday off, which for many religious people, Monday is a day off. I would go to the street, talk with kids, play cards with them maybe. Eventually, I attached myself to a facility that was in that town at the time, and started working with kids. I still remember the first boy I ever worked with is Clinton Msofwa. That was his name. At that time, he was 10-year-old. Now he's an adult man, unfortunately still living on the street. But that's how I got involved in work on the street, directly with kids and youth living there. Then I was sent by my wise superiors for 1 year to Nairobi in Kenya for studies. But it didn't work. It turned out that the course that I thought will be good for me, it was like for really people who just graduated from high school. So I was much older than everyone else in my class, and the topics were the level that I already knew. So I dropped off after 2 months from that course and started working on the streets of Nairobi. And I worked there for 1 year. I attached myself also to one of the facilities for kids. And I guess my superiors noticed what my, I don't know, what my charisma, let's say, is, what I'm good at. And they've approached me and asked me to come to Zambia to take charge of the facility that was in one of our parishes. At that time, that was Good Shepherd Parish in Lusaka. I've agreed, and in 2007, I came to Lusaka, and I am stuck here. And since then, I am working at Home of Hope. First, I was also working at the larger project of St. Lawrence, because we used to have a community school. We had St. Vincent de Paul group, all other social project, youth development desk. So I was working those things also. But my primary occupation was work on the streets of Lusaka, and then in Home of Hope with children that we removed from the street. So that's how I found myself here, and I'm still here. 15 years down the road, I am still here.
It sounds like it's your passion. It's your passion.
Well, I think I found my pearl.
Uh-huh.
I think I found my pearl. I sold everything else, and I hold on to that one. I am also very stubborn, so it was difficult for my superiors to move me. Not sure if it's suitable for your parish priest to see that, but that's the truth. That's the truth. I fought sometimes to remain where I am. That's the reason why I became a brother, and I did not opt for priesthood. I thought, during my formation, I discovered that in fact I am far more gifted on the street with social work, with the therapy, than at the altar. So I chose the path of social, let's say, social gospel.
Right. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about just briefly some of the changes over the years? When we first saw Home of Hope, I think some of your classrooms were it looked like in like semi-trailer cart.
In the cargo containers, yes.
Yeah. And
that was the beginning.
Yeah, can you talk about how things have changed?
Oh, tremendously. And from the way go, I said they've changed solely because of your commitment and your support. For all these 15 years, you have been our, I would say, the most faithful and most generous benefactor. So whatever changes took place till date, it was possible only because of Epiphany Parish and because of you people who spread the good news, who talk to people about us and come up with ideas how to help us more. So yes, the beginnings of Home of Hope, it was founded in 1998. So that's quite something. We will be celebrating 24 years in August. 12th of August, we have 24 years. So next year we have to remember a big celebration for quarter of a century. But at the beginning they were minute, like really small. Basically, 3 cargo containers were put in an open field at the outskirts of the city center, let's say, of Lusaka. That was. Now we are in the middle of the city. We have a highway almost next door. We have shopping mall around. But 24 years ago, that was an open field, an area that was considered very dangerous. Most people would not venture into that area. So 3 cargo containers, which were adopted to be somehow suitable to accommodate children. And yeah, that's how it was. From the way go, the motto of the project was a quotation that is, let's say, due to one of your presidents, Theodore Roosevelt, as far as I remember, who said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." So people who were, obviously I was not here at that time, but people who were here, Catholic Women's League, together with the parish priest of that time, Father Edgar Pilet, they had a lot of goodwill. They've seen the need to assist, to address the issue of growing numbers of children living on the street for long times. And they started doing something with whatever they had at their disposal. So I can say that the first group of boys that was brought, as far as I was told by people who were here, there were 12 of them, and they all ran away after a week or so. So it was, yeah, it was challenging. You know, that was a new phenomenon. People seen the need to that something has to be done, but like no one has how to or know how. People didn't know what to do. It turns out that you have to learn quite a lot if you want to be successful in helping young people to overcome the trauma and their addiction, and you know the other things that they fall prey to. So slowly we've been growing. I think in 2001, the first permanent structures were erected. First dormitory with the room for one of the caregivers. Yes, so that's how it was going on with small steps. Then you have approached us, and things accelerated. Let's say, because you remember you sent us $40,000 at that time to construct new dormitories. We are still using those dormitories, 4 rooms, and then we've extended a bit our land. We built the demarcation wall between the school and ourselves. Yeah, we've built classrooms. We have an office. For my first 10 years of work here, I didn't have office. The car that I had was an office. So now for the last 5 years, we have administration office. And right now I'm sitting in my own office, which used to be a room for one of the caregivers, but now it's my office. We have a dining hall, 6 rooms altogether. And you know, what's changed most, it's definitely the way we understand ourselves, the way we understand children that we are working with, the way we understand the etiology of the trauma and the challenges of children and their families. I know, not only I feel, being Polish, we are like genetically conditioned to be modest, but I know that we are regarded as experts in the field in Zambia. We are leading the way in the approach of work with children. Now we are lobbying a lot of trauma-informed approach in childcare facilities to be adopted as a standard. We became somehow victims of our own success because the beginning, most of the children would be coming through our outreach program on the streets. We've been going frequently on the streets, building up relationship, and most kids were coming to Home of Hope through that program. It has changed in the last few years that 50% of children now are referred to us by different government and non-governmental institutions. That will be social welfare, child protection unit of Zambia Police, IOM, UNHCR, Zambia Immigration. So yes, we became like go-to facility for children that need immediate assistance. That's why we even changed our description to emergency placement facility. Okay. We also became, there is a pilot program in Zambia, and we have one facility, I think one of 2 facilities that participate in it. That's called Juvenile Diversion Program. So finally, it is being recognized that children who commit crimes, who break the law, they need help, they need therapy, and not just punishment. So it's not many kids that we get through that program, and we take every case on its own. But yes, we've been having, and we have some kids that are sent to us by saying bluntly, they are sentenced to be with us, as opposed of being sent to prison. So that's again something that is good. At the beginning, by the way, Father Ton van Kessel asked me to greet you warmly.
Oh,
I told him we are going to have a meeting, and he said, "Don't forget to greet." So we are living in the same community again after a few years break. So it's I remember him a few years back when we crossed the line of 40 boys in the facility. He said, "But you are crazy. What are you going to do? How are you going to feed them, and medical expenses and education?" And why, I said, I don't know, but I know when I go to the street and there is a child that is asking for help, and I see this is the child that is new. He's just arrived to the street. He was just separated from the family. And I know what street will do to that child. I said, I cannot leave that child. So wherever we go to the street, we will come back with the child. And I thought, yeah, we have friends, and God is there. He cares far more for those children than we will ever do. I never ask any family to give me a child, but if God puts any child on our path, we take him in, and then we leave the rest to the providence. And so far, so good, although that we've been against the wall several times when I had to borrow money to pay salaries and everything. So now we have, in the program, we have 115 children altogether. Yes, that's a lot.
A lot of kids.
Yes, not all of them live in the facility. 22 of them are in boarding schools. So they come to Home of Hope only during school holidays. The rest boys remain here. We have still some kids that are back with their families. They are reintegrated, but we continue educational support for them and keep sporadic contact just to get updates about their academic performance, and that's all. And we have Akim Tembo, who is now doing the 4th year of his I think bioengineering studies. He studies things that I have no idea about. Yeah, but I wish he could be here, but he is busy studying, and he's now writing his thesis and preparing his master's diploma something project. He came up with the idea of making biofuel from something. I don't know. Don, I will send you document once he tells me. It's a black magic to me, but he's very good. And again, of course, it's about the help that you provided. Without you, I wrote it many times to you, Stephanie, and I am not exaggerating. This is not. I know the accounts we have, and you've been for so many years the only reliable source of some money that we had. It's like literally, and the rest we would pray Hail Mary and hope that someone else will send something to supplement, because we do need a lot. 115 kids. On last year, we've been working with 170 families. The 2 years ago, in 2020, that was 170 families altogether. Last year was 169 families. So this year will not be less. It will be the same, if not more. God is good, and we continue doing whatever we can. There are some books I read. I still read sometimes, but Dave Ziegler, maybe you heard about Dave Ziegler. He's neuroscientist and psychiatrist. He said, to do your best is the best that you can do. So we continue doing our best. I don't know how I can show you a bit here.
Hi guys, how are you?
They cannot hear you. Wait one moment, you will come. Okay, they will come later. They're waiting there. So yeah, I don't know. That's a lot. Sometimes it's a crazy house, I would have to say, because our space is very small. We have 55 beds in those 6 rooms, but as of today, we have 85 children. So a number of them have to sleep on the floor. We have put mats on the floor, and they have blankets. But yeah, so we are squeezed, but it's merry. It's merry.
Do you have a question? What are your needs right now? I mean, what's pressing right now?
Wow, you know, my life for the last 15 years was money. Money. I wake up every day. I do accounts, look at them, write reports, make sure everything balances, So it's our expenses for last year have crossed $100,000. That's expenses that we had. The budget for this year, because of the inflation and dollar being high, kwacha is low. Prices went very high recently, especially food. Diesel. In American English, gas prices went up, and then everything follows. So there was a hike of prices for everything. We had to adjust our budget to $112,000. That's what we hope to get. And I will put you say that right now we are, let's say, establishing relationship with some, making new friends. And I'm quite optimistic that maybe something will come there, like a long-term commitment. If as long as yours, you are like a germ, you are so unique in the world to keep up with us for so many years. But yeah, we are trying. I believe that God will provide opportunities, that will lead good people on our path, yeah, we will be able to continue, because the need for what we do is there. It's not going to end. Unfortunately, there are always families that just somehow get into problems, and then kids get into problems because of that. Intergenerational trauma passed on from one to the other. So we doing best. Recently, I've sent you the poster. We've been engaged with the government also in the public awareness campaign against alms giving to kids on the street, because we know after so many years of working that the reason why children choose to stay, not the reason why they come, because those are many, but the reasons for which they choose to stay on the street, even when they know where they can get help, it's the income that they can get from the street. So we've been running campaigns, sensitizing people against enabling kids to remain on the street. A week ago, on 16th of February, I was privileged to have a meeting at the National Assembly of Zambia with some parliamentarians there. They asked me to prepare documents, so I also wrote a few recommendations with regards to programs in childcare facilities. We want to, let's say, not get rid, but diminish attitude of having like orphanages, old-fashioned orphanages where we just keep kids isolated from family, then things get out of hand still. We want to go more to trauma-informed caring for children. Now, because of the work and the talking and the lobbying, I don't know if you see here behind me, there is called something Path to reintegration. So this is an official policy now in Zambia, but we've started working together with UNICEF and the government here, and we were one of the 5 organizations being involved in designing that, trying to make a rule for childcare facilities that reintegration and contact with the family is not it's obligatory now. It's it's not elective. You don't do it when you want to. It's a must, and people like directors like myself, managers of facilities, we are checked on that to make sure that we do whatever we can to trace the family of the children and maintain the relationship with them and work towards reintegration. Of course, not for all kids it will be possible, but for great majority it is possible. And so, yeah, we work on many fronts.
You do.
What we need.
Amazing. What are the boys prepared? What are the boys? What are the boys prepared to talk about? What can we talk to about boys? Like
you just ask them. Yeah, you are free to. I will not be censoring anything.
Okay.
So they can say whatever or they want. I don't know how free they will feel speaking.
Mm-hmm.
They know about me that I speak Chinyanja, I speak Bemba, I speak local languages. So with me, they don't want to use English, although I am the one teaching them English in the evenings, but they don't want to speak outside classroom with me. And they feel a bit shy when I am around talking. But I hope they will. Not all of them are capable of speaking English. We have some of the boys, those who've been in school already, who are learning. They can, and so I've selected some of them to come. Would you like to see them straight away?
We'd love to. That would be great.
Let me check if I can remove and if you will hear, because I have headphones.
Can you hear us now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes, we hear you.
Very good. Then I will invite people inside. Are you ready to speak? Are you ready to speak? Are you? All of you? Yes. So come in.
They're being shy.
Not all 85. No. Just you want to sit down?
Yes.
Okay. Well, no, go there. Yes, you have to speak English. Stephanie, Louise, do you speak Chinyanja?
Hello. How are you?
Come on.
Let's see closer. There they are. Hi. How are you? Hi. I'm Stephanie.
You know
I'm Louise.
This is Madame Stephanie, and this is Madame Louise.
Madam Stephanie?
Yes.
Louise.
Okay.
Yes. And what are your names? And how old are you?
My name is Given.
Speak louder.
I'm 14.
14.
Nice to meet you.
And
My name is Roberto.
hello.
I'm 14 years.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
My name is Elijah. I'm 14
Elijah.
years.
Hi, Elijah.
Wow, you're all 14. And who's standing over on the side?
My name is James Che.
And how old? He's 10.
10?
10 years old?
Oh,
Wow.
hi.
What was that?
You're from where?
We are from Iowa, from the United States. So Iowa is a state in the center part of the United States.
We are in the middle of the USA. And we are a part of a church called Epiphany Parish. Yeah. And right now it's very cold here. We have a lot of snow. Can we show them the snow?
Yeah. You want to see the snow?
Yes.
Okay.
We are at Louise's house. And can you see? She has a
Beautiful.
little creek in her
Oh my
backyard.
goodness.
And oh, do you see the chairs?
Yes.
Barely,
snow-
they're covered by snow.
Yeah, the snow will be gone hopefully in a couple of weeks, and then it will get very muddy. And we'll get lots of rain, but in a couple of months, it should be nice and green. And it will get warmer.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen snow?
No.
No, okay.
Maybe we could send you some.
You visited Zambia before?
No, we've never visited. No.
I would love to someday.
Yes.
Me, I'm
Yes.
visiting because I didn't come.
Yes,
What
you
is
should
it
come.
like?
I'm here behind. You don't see me, I am here.
Yes.
You know, we had plans and then COVID happened.
Yes.
Yes.
But,
You-
never
We-
too late.
No, someday we would love to.
Mhm.
What is it like there at Home of Hope? How long have you been there? What's the
Oh, now
day
I
like?
have to leave.
Yeah.
I'm here at home about 2 years.
Can you speak a little louder?
I'm here at home about 3 years.
3 days.
Oh,
Only for 3 days or 3 days a week?
3
3
years.
years.
Oh,
3 years.
3
Okay.
years.
Okay.
So do you go to school? Tell us about your day. What do you do?
Me,
Yes.
I like cooking.
Cooking.
Oh,
The whole day, what you do when you wake up,
Come
what you do after that. Just James.
Hey, come back. What is it?
What is your English finished now?
No, not yet.
Anyone. They are raising their hands. They don't know who is supposed to talk. So, anyone who wants to talk about the day? How is your day, Emmanuel?
Yes.
Yes.
When I wake up, I first take a shower, I sweep, I spread my bed, fold my clothes, then I go to school.
And then
Good.
When we're learning, it's fun in class, but a little bit noisy.
What are you learning? What classes are you taking?
Social studies, maths, science, English, and technology studies.
very good. Very
That's a
good.
lot. What is your favorite subject? Your favorite
Mathematics.
class?
Math?
Math.
Good.
Yes.
Very good. What about some of the other boys? What do you like studying in school?
English.
English?
English. He said English. Yes. Let me sit here so we can. Okay. We can direct the discussion. Okay, I will squeeze myself here.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, yes. Okay, so Walter, given, what is your favorite subject?
English.
English.
Yes.
Okay, Dominic, what about you?
Mathematics.
Mathematics.
Very
And
good.
Roberto, you already said
Yes, English.
English. Okay.
Elijah, what is your favorite subject?
Home economics.
How on? Come again.
Home economics.
Home economics.
Very
Home
Very good.
economics.
Very
And Peter,
good.
there is Peter here.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
What does
There
Peter
is
like?
Peter here. Yeah, Peter is not yet at school. He is quite new with us. So
Oh,
he will start in March.
very good.
Good.
Very
Now we have some rules here. We have to know some things before kids go back to
Okay.
let's say government school. But we have a teacher with us, Mr. Piri, and for today is Saturday, so it's his day off. He will be back with us on Monday, and he's teaching a classroom. Maybe we will show you the classroom and around.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Well,
Huh?
I
Are we going
teach
to the tour?
English. I teach English to 8th graders, and Louise is a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we would.
Wow. Are you, Louise, you are GP?
No, I'm actually retired now, but I was a hematologist, oncologist, a cancer doctor.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, we know what is the meaning of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you recall a few years ago, we had a boy with, I will say Louise will know that, idiopathic acquired aplastic anemia,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very rare condition and
Mhm.
non-treatable virtually. So David passed on 5 years
Oh.
ago. Yes, but that's how we are familiar with your specialization.
Mm.
that's
And
a very
teachers,
hard job.
So what
Nice.
do you boys like to do when you're not in school? What do you like to do for fun?
Playing football.
Ah,
Now, is that
breaking windows,
American
oh my God.
football or is that soccer with a soccer ball?
I bet you soccer.
The
yeah.
real football.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the football, yes.
Oh, that's the one. Yes, because do you know how football is called in America? Soccer. And when you say about football, you will think about American football,
Mhm.
which has different ball.
Yes.
But your football is becoming more popular in America.
Mhm.
Oh, is
Yes.
it?
Yes,
Yes.
we have a lot of kids who are starting to play it.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So who is showing around?
Me give
A
it.
bit.
Do you know how to show around?
Yeah, me over.
You have to make sure you stay within the Wi-Fi signal.
You're giving
Wi-Fi
us
might-
a tour?
Yes.
We would love a tour. Yes.
Okay. Who is carrying that? Emmanuel. I will switch camera to show only the clean areas, okay?
I'm surprised there's any clean areas.
With 124.
What is what?
Like, this is heavily XY leaning area.
That's a light. Okay, in Mason City, it's morning. For
Mhm.
us, already the
Oh,
sun is
right.
setting down, so it's getting dark.
Yes.
Okay? Go a bit outside. Go.
We're going outside.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
This is
Hello.
Charles.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That is beautiful.
Ping pong.
Ping pong table. Oh, we're breaking up. Can you hear us? We lost you.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
now we hear you.
Yeah, they went outside coverage area.
Ah, okay. Oh,
This is
this is a
This is the
classroom?
classroom.
Nice.
Oh,
That's where they give us maths when we're learning.
Okay. Oh, you have your alphabet and your boards.
very
And
nice.
this is where sometimes you come to play games.
You play games there. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
We even
Well-
watch movies. This is our dog,
Aw, what's your dog's name?
Ash.
Aish?
Aish? How do we spell that?
Well, that's a question to you from the
Uh,
teacher. How do you spell that?
I'm looking at you.
Huh? How do we spell that? Ash. A-S-H. Very simple.
Ah,
like Ash.
Ash. Okay.
Ash.
Because that was the color of his coat when he was a puppy.
Ah,
So we called him
Yes.
Ash, and he was not replacement, but we got him after our first dog died unexpectedly. The first dog was Bully, and he was quite a bully.
Oh. Does
Okay,
Ash sleep with you at night? Does he sleep with anybody? Does Ash sleep with anybody at night?
Well, this is Given that you already know. Given is our dog handler.
Oh.
Ah,
He's in charge of dogs, sometimes assisted by Elijah here.
Okay.
But we have 3 dogs. It's Ash, Amber. Amber is here. Amber.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
we have
nice.
one more. We have one more, Leo, Labrador, but he's in hospital.
oh,
He's coming back tomorrow. He's coming back tomorrow. I got the phone call from the doctor that we can pick him up tomorrow morning.
good.
So that's what it is. If we had our network coverage is very short. I would have to switch to maybe to the phone. Bring me my phone here. On the table. We will try, or maybe can I make, because we would love to show you around,
Mhm.
but I will have to switch to cellular data. So
Okay.
I hope it will not. In case we disconnect, we will reconnect again, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds
Okay.
good. We'll sit tight.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I know.
We're seeing inside and the boys. Yeah, we lost him. I'll stop it. Unless he comes back. Oh, maybe they're
Oh,
coming.
yes, it works. So
Oh, wow, great.
Oh,
now
super,
boys can take you really around.
Okay,
super.
Okay. Switching off to the front camera again.
Hello.
so nice to see everyone.
I love your smiles.
Yeah, those are cheeky smiles.
Chicken.
Who is that guy?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
You speak English?
Yes,
Yes. Thomas is doing now grade 11. So next year he will be in the most senior class.
Ooh, wow.
He normally is in boarding school, but a week ago he had an accident. He sustained a deep cut to his leg, and he was sent back to us to get healed. So he's going back to school. We will pull out his teachers today, and he's
Good,
going back to school tomorrow.
good, good.
Good. I'm glad you're better. You're getting better, Thomas.
Yeah, he's educated because of you.
Yay,
Do you like school, Thomas?
yes, I do.
good.
Now he does, but beginnings were you have to use some force to persuade him.
Wow.
That's normal. That's
going
normal.
Are you going
Are-
around? Okay. Go around and explain what you see on the way. Both hands, baby. Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh, there
And this is where we play table tennis. This is where we play table tennis.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is our table tennis. And
Do
we
you
have-
get, Mhm.
what? Pardon?
Do you get very competitive games there?
Yes. Like we have a lot of games here. Yeah, we have table tennis, netball, football, basketball.
Very good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Remote. And this is our office.
Introduce like this. You're on the
Hello.
Facebook.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello from Iowa, USA.
You know of. Okay.
Hello.
That's,
I'm
Stephanie
Stephanie and
and
Louise.
Iowa.
Hi.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to meet
you.
you.
What is your name? Keith?
Chris, Christopher.
Chris.
Chris.
Nice to
Yeah,
meet
yeah.
you. What do you do there? Chris?
I'm a social worker.
Very good.
Yeah,
Super.
working with children.
Very good.
Thank you for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of the work that you do.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So we are going to look to Chris. How long are you here?
On 1st March, I'll be 10 years here.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good.
But today there is still one man on duty who is working here from the beginning, 23 years.
Oh,
So let's go and find him. He's a bit
Okay.
shy,
Okay.
but I will try to force him to. Okay.
this
That's
is
how we do.
great. And I have seen that quotation in pictures behind you. It's so colorful and beautiful.
Okay. Yes. Here.
Very nice.
Yes.
Do what
Yes.
you
That's we
can
have.
do
We
with
always
what
have to
you-
remember our motto.
Yes.
Do what you can with what you have where you are.
That is a wonderful
And,
motto to live by.
And the table tennis, you know, the rule in the house full of boys is that whatever can be broken will be broken. So our table tennis is a solid steel table tennis.
Very
Bingo.
good.
Okay. And yeah, maybe we enter one of the rooms.
Yes, I love the
Oh.
colors.
You
Uh-huh.
like the
It's-
colors? Yes. We
Yes.
wanted it to be child friendly.
It is.
You know,
It's
the
very
real
homey
life
and
has enough of grayness. So be mindful that this is boys' room.
yes.
Right.
Boys' room.
We have kids,
Okay.
we understand. Oh, this is great. This is very
Yeah.
nice.
Uh-huh.
It's,
They're very neat.
I'll put, be careful because they can hear you, and if
Oh,
they
okay.
you say that this is neat, they will refuse to clean again. This is not neat. It should be better than that. Okay, so we are looking for Mr. Baudemvula. It's one of our caregivers, social worker, who is working here for 23 years. He is actually the man who was still living in those cargo containers that were the initial project. Oh, a little kitchen. Okay, so this is another dormitory. The given the boy you were talking with, that's Christian. Given the dog handler, that's his room. He is in charge of this room. And this is Christian. Say hello, Christian.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
And this is Patrick.
Hi,
Hi,
Patrick.
Patrick.
And this is his brother Sante.
Hello.
Hi,
Sante,
Santa.
Sante is mute. He cannot hear or speak, but he is quite okay. What's your name? This is Godfrey. Godfrey is
Hi.
another boy.
Hello,
And this
Godfrey.
is Christopher. Aha. Why be so
We went.
Okay, so Chris wants to teach you something in local language, how you greet.
Oh, okay.
Muli bwanji.
Okay, the greeting is Muli Bwanji, and you are supposed to answer Bueno. Muli Bwanji
Bueno?
means how are you? And you say I'm fine. So your answer is Bueno.
Guino?
And Bueno,
Bueno?
B-W-I-O.
Oh, bueno.
Ah,
Bueno.
I like the way you are nodding your heads. Okay, so
Muli bwanji.
Bueno.
Muli bwanji. Matomatabe bwino.
Bueno.
That's a good strategy. Yes, whatever you say. We'll show you our kitchen, and oh, that's Mr. Capetta.
Ah,
Hello.
First, listen. This is Stephanie and Louise from. Come on. Okay, Stephanie and Louise from Iowa. You remember Epiphany
Hello.
Parish. Uh-huh.
How do
Mr.
we say
Capetta.
hello? How do we say hello?
The same way boys were greeting you, Muli Bwanji. That's how you say Muli Bwanji.
Mudi buanje?
Aha, and then we answer, we know.
We
Okay,
know.
so now the man I was talking about, who survived here 23 years, Mr. Bout. So we go to, oh, wait. This is wrong camera again. Okay. Aha. Muli Bwanji.
Bueno.
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 Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
It is so nice to meet you.
Yes.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
too here.
thank you
Okay.
for all of the wonderful work you do with the
Oh,
kids.
thank you. Yeah, welcome. Hmm.
Are you a social worker too?
Yes.
Yes,
That
he
is-
is.
Yes. Well, you have
And
some beautiful kids there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Once they are asleep,
And
they
you
are all
have
beautiful. They do agree.
lots of they keep you very
So this is-
busy.
This is our stove. That's our
Wow.
stove. That's how we cook.
What's
You know,
cooking now?
What's cooking now? Open the pot, Jonathan. Jonathan is the cook today. In the evening, boys, it's still water, but we will be cooking what is called nshima. Nshima is a stable food here. What is here? And this, whoa, and these are soya beans meat. So it's
I
like
wish I could
vegetarian
smell it.
meat.
Uh-huh.
You can smell it already.
It looks delicious. How are you keeping it warm? You have to put coals underneath?
Yes, we are cooking on charcoal
Okay.
because that, yeah, the only really affordable thing that we can have charcoal. Like most of Zambia, electricity is very expensive. You know, to cook on big electric stoves is impossible. You would have to sell half of the children somewhere.
Don't do
And
that.
then gas is not safe enough. Because one thing here is that boys are required to cook themselves, and we want that to be as close to what they do at home as possible.
Mhm.
Okay, so most families use blazers with the charcoal the way we use it. It's familiar. So when they learn how to cook here, when they go back home, they already know what to do because they find exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
Yes,
Makes
and
sense.
boys also after
Yes.
cooking, of course, they eat, and then they have to clean the dishes, and that's the area for cleaning dishes. It's for everything.
Wow.
Okay?
Well, yeah, you guys, this is amazing that it feels like we're right there.
I know, it is amazing.
Yes? Pussy, no, not pussy. We have like 15 cats, and boys keep asking me to show you cats, but I think you will survive without our cats. Our cats never touch ground because of the dogs. So actually, our cats behave like monkeys. They're just on top of the roof.
Oh, what are
Funny, the
what are-
cats, I
oh, the
think.
Cats.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
So we go further on,
Mhm.
and that's another Gesham. Mulishani. Mulifie buino Gesham. Okay.
Hello.
Gai wepita. Muli buino.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Mais troco por muchinyanja, uma puxa com muchinyanja.
Muy bueno.
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 How are you?
Muli
What is
buano.
your name? What is your name?
Gesho.
Deshaun.
Nice.
Nice to
Gesham,
meet
Gesham,
you.
Gesham. Yes, his name is Gesham.
I like his
will-
hat. I like his hat. Tell him I like his
Yes.
hat.
Gesham is with us. I will lock myself to explain you about Gesham a bit, okay? The thing about Gesham is he's a 10-year-old, and on the 1st of September, he's albino, as you have noticed.
Mhm.
He comes from the up north in Zambia, a very remote village. Actually, we are going there on Monday for the first time to see his family. It's 1,200 kilometers from Lusaka, where we are now.
Wow.
Gesham came here in October. He was brought by the police for a kind of witness protection program, let's say. On the 1st of September, his older brother took him to the bush and cut off his hand.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, he cut off his hand because many people believe that by mutilating albino people, you will become a very rich person.
So
Oh.
these are the crimes that are on the rise in Africa, in Tanzania, Malawi. It came to Zambia now. So that's what happened to Geshem. Since then, 2 weeks ago, the brother was sentenced. He received 30 years of imprisonment. So now it's safe enough for us to go with him and see the family and the village where he comes from. And then we will be able to strategize how to proceed for next few years with him.
Okay.
What would be the plan? So
Oh.
as I said, we are emergency placement. We received number of cases for protection cases where kids been intentionally abused, like burned, mutilated, things like that. So yeah, we also spent some quite substantial time in courts, going with our kids when they have to give testimony, making sure that the cases go forward with all the documentation and such. So this is our distribution center. This is where we distribute food. Cooking was done there, and here is a distribution.
Nice.
Boys,
Oh, freezers.
yes. Well, it's pretty basic, but it does the job. Okay, and that's the dining room. We still have an
Wow.
open air dining room. It became a bit too small, so boys have to sit or even on the side wall. But yeah,
Very nice. It's
like at home. We don't
it
have
is a
everything
beautiful
that we would
home.
love to have, but we have everything that we need. Okay?
Lots of love there.
Well,
I-
and this is the dormitory that you know it bears Iowa name, Mason City. Okay,
Well,
I'm switching off.
I'm
Okay, that's. Do you remember when now it's dark, of course, but those are the rooms. That's when we started expanding after you provided funding for those rooms. Let's enter through one of the rooms.
Yes.
Okay. They look pretty similar, all of them.
yes.
It's again, a few years ago, we constructed solid steel triple bunker beds to make it sturdy and indestructible, and also have some more sleeping space for boys.
Okay. Yes, I can
Okay.
see you're making use of all of your room.
Yeah, we have literally used every inch already of our place. So our dream is to have a new place, but that's the dream. That's the dream. In between, you know, we continue doing what we can do with what we have as our motto. Yes, you know, what is our motto given?
Do what you can with what you have where you are.
A good motto.
That is a good motto. I'm going to put that up in my classroom. I like that. I like that. So
Elijah,
Wait.
Elijah is here with two of his brothers.
Oh.
So sometimes we get siblings. Also, Abel is here with his younger brother. We will find him later on. The boy that I was telling you, we had to go and visit the doctor. I wrote, so that's the brother of Abel. I will show him. Yeah, he's healing well.
good.
Okay, and then I will show you something unusual. We'll be quiet. Boys have tomorrow their first level exam of yoga.
Oh.
So they are practicing the final hours before the exam tomorrow morning.
I love it. They're stretching.
Yes.
Yoga. Very good. Good for you.
Oh.
I have some friends who do yoga and they swear by it.
Oh, yeah.
That it is. I need to try it.
You should. I would recommend it
God,
too.
it helps with self-regulation for kids, with impulse control, with ventilation of the body, awareness of their own bodies. So yeah, we do it. It's not obligatory for every child, but those who want, we have instructor coming once a week, and then they practice. So we have 11 boys who go for the first level exam tomorrow morning.
Oh, very good.
Super, super.
Elijah
Well,
keeps following.
When is their bedtime?
The bedtime is, yeah, we start landing at 9 p.m. Okay, that's when we start landing. So it takes about an hour before the lights are off, and another half an hour before the talks stop. So the bedtime is around sleeping 22 hours when kids are asleep. Waking, what time do you wake up?
6 a.m.
Oh, it's pretty early.
You're in school.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. At 6. Some of them have to be at school already at 6:30 a.m.
Oh,
So waking time is at 6. Sometimes before 6.
Big fish.
But on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, waking time is at 7 a.m.
Tomorrow, munga pera nani big fish.
And tomorrow, 10 a.m., we are going to have a mass, Eucharist. One of the priests is coming. Tomorrow we have a Missionaries for Africa father is coming, and we will have mass in our dining hall. That's again something that we had to start with the pandemic, because we could not be going to the church, but some priests started coming to our place, and now we have Eucharist at our premises. Yeah, so
okay.
there are some good things coming out of pandemic.
Yes. Are there, what is the state of the pandemic right now? Here in the United States, it's getting better. People, I mean, I don't know, you know more about numbers, but it seems like
The numbers are
Numbers are
going
going
down, yes, quite a bit after this latest surge.
Here I have to say the only place where we see signs of pandemic is in shopping malls, because we are required to put masks on there. But outside of that, life is just came back to normal. It's like there are very few infections. We don't have daily reports. We don't see people, we don't hear about people dying or being in hospital terribly ill.
Good.
So I have to I think that Omicron version was in Zambia much sooner before it reached States or Europe. And I think it's just like, no, we are not sick. It's not, although we had for last 2.5 years, we had outbreak at the facility 4 times. So we had it 4 times, including myself and boys. But now for last 3 months, I would say life came back to normal. You don't see anything bad happening in that regard.
Good.
We are back to all diseases, malaria and high blood pressure, cholera, all these things now are back.
Oh,
Huh.
So
What about, is the Ukraine situation, is that hitting close to home for you? I know you're from Poland.
yeah,
Which,
yes, for me, yes, I am terrified. Being from Poland, I was born long ago to have experience of living in the communist country under the Russian rule. So I do feel very much about that, and the bombardments and shelling came very close to Polish border already. I hope it will not spill over, but at the same time, I'm terrified, looking like no one is really giving any practical help to Ukraine.
I agree.
We keep talking about sanctions, but there is nothing tangible. I've seen reports from Poland today. I mean, there is hundreds and thousands of people crossing to Poland, and they are very well welcomed. I see private people organizing themselves, offering their homes to welcome refugees and transport to wherever they want to go. So we do something on our side of the border. I think more should be done. we will see. It's a developing story, but I do feel
I'm
that's
seeing I'm seeing some stories this morning of the Ukrainians wanting to fight and protect their land. That their president, I'm seeing stories. Their president seems to be really turning into a great leader for democracy.
Mhm.
And so yeah, hopefully we can get some support in there.
well, I think that's the only thing they can hope for, because dialogue with Putin, it's off the table. It's a person that you cannot dialogue with.
No.
You know, in Poland was very vocal for last few years that to other leaders of Western world that you cannot negotiate with Putin, that he is not honest, he's double-faced. Again, in Poland, everyone, we have a saying given, never trust a Russian. That's what we say in Poland. But we are a bit biased. It comes from the history and the subjugation that we had for over 50 years.
Mhm.
But what we see unfolding now on the screens of our TVs is horrifying. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Well,
We can pray and do what we can here. But, we have more gathering, There is
Well,
no
it's-
quiet.
it's wonderful to see you. We're going to let you put the kids to bed and settle
What?
down. It has been lovely meeting you all.
Yes.
And you take care of yourselves and you study hard. Okay?
It's for you. Study hard. Again, yes. Again, study hard.
Study hard.
Yes, yes.
Sit-
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
High five. High five.
I always say don't worry.
Oh,
I wonder, Jacek, do you think that there could potentially be some sort of interaction between the boys and our school here in Mason City using Zoom, that might be interesting for the children on both sides?
It could be, but we would have to have it really structured.
Mhm.
Because we had few years ago attempt to that with Polish students, but on that side it was left. The presumption was that just leave kids and they will spontaneously start conversation. It didn't happen.
Oh, no,
So
no.
you have to be structured like on certain topic, and not all 80 of our boys.
No.
But like yeah, technically it's doable. We can connect the whatever tablet or phone to the big screen, have a microphone to make sure that everything is clear.
Mhm.
And yeah, you would have to remember that the English level for most of our boys is pretty rudimentary.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm always teaching them that they only speak yes, yes, no, no. Although they were trying, and it would be good to them, and I think cultural exchange would be nice
Mhm.
for our boys to see their peers, from states. That's always fun and it's interesting. They can see let's say ordinary people and not the Hollywood movie stars.
Right.
Exactly.
Maybe they could share like artwork with each other, something,
Artwork, choir,
choir, maybe a song. Yeah. We'll talk to some teachers and see if they have
Okay.
some ideas.
or maybe
Our
getting
group
a
are
smaller
very-
group of students initially, from both sides to, not make it so chaotic, but
Right.
just
Yeah,
think it.
I bet our boys would like to show off with their cultural dances. They are very good dancers.
Oh,
They are
okay.
excellent dancers, and they have their special, traditional African dancing, which
Yes.
even I like watching even when they're very
Uh-huh.
good at it.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that would
Oh,
be
that,
nice. Yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be good.
That would be great.
Yeah, so like that, kids in Mason City could say, what is the culture like? What does it mean to be Iowan or American? And
Mhm.
other kids could prepare something what it means to be Zambian.
Yes,
Mhm.
I like
or
that
African.
idea.
That
Uh-huh.
would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
little-
more globally we know each other, the better it is for humanity as a whole.
Yes, we almost never attack people whom we have relationship with.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
attack people we perceive as different or stranger.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So cultural exchanges are always beneficial to peace. In fact,
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
Well-
I love the idea, Luis. So, but you will have to do some homework with your teachers
Okay.
at school. I understand there are some regulations in school, parental consent, and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
I don't have so many requirements. I just tell boys that let's have a meeting and. But I know on your side there are some, rules to follow, requirements. So once you are ready and you think that would be doable, I mean, technically it's doable.
Okay.
Like you see, our connection is flawless. Is very good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
So,
we'll take baby steps. We'll take baby steps.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe first would be hello, how are you? What's your name?
mhm.
And then next time could be something more.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Very good.
Well, it has
Mhm.
really been so nice talking to you. I need to, Tammy wanted to say hello. She wanted
Okay,
to be here this morning, but she had another engagement. So, but she did say, make sure you say hello.
So she's like Father Ton. He did exactly the same.
Yes.
No, it's been great. I've been really looking forward. And I have to say, it's strange that we came up with that idea after 15 years.
Let's
Oh, and
try
by
to
the
do this
way-
more.
Yeah, by the way, I was with Edward just 2 days ago. Edward
Oh.
Chabuke.
Yes.
He
Oh,
was here. And I said, I'm going to have a meeting with the Epiphany Parish. He said, no, you have to greet them. And so he's passing his greetings.
oh, we'll pass
He's
him
doing
back.
very well.
Oh,
Yes, he's
good.
doing very well, as you know. He's a professor now. He's lecturer at his alma mater. Newlywed with the baby. So no, life is again without your assistant. That would not have started even without you. And
Well,
the
and
same with Ruben. Ruben Magasa.
Yes.
He's a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful children now. They're doing very well. I mean, nice couple, nice family.
And I'm glad to hear that they're staying in contact with you and you know, you
Yes,
still
we
have
do.
that relationship. So that's good.
Mhm.
That's
Very good.
Are there any scholarships right now that are in need of some assistance?
Wow, that was my plan to come to ask you before they announced the grade 12 exams, because
Uh-huh.
we had 3 young guys who sat for the final exam in high school. So I had high hopes, and I was thinking that we will have to look for some resources.
Uh-huh.
But 3 of them did not qualify to go to college. So
Oh, shucks.
it's a yes.
So it means their grades have to be quite high to qualify or
To
how
college,
to-
yes, you have to meet certain standards.
Mhm.
We have a points system here, so you have to have certain number of. I mean, the lower the number, the better, because the best mark is 1, and then it goes to up to 9.
Oh,
So if you have accumulate too many points, meaning that you cannot qualify to any college.
oh,
So that's where we were. One of them, Simon Doe, he started last week a course in a trade school, auto
good.
mechanic.
Mhm.
which is okay. And probably next year he will sit again for his exams. Hopefully he will perform a bit better. But I'm sure next year we will have, because I know the guys we have now in grade 12 and they're doing very well. One is Terry Mule. You remember Terry? He's on that video we produced. So Terry is very good academically.
Okay.
And we have high hopes that he will continue to university. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, just keep that in mind, and yeah, and whatever other assistance, you know, I think we've explained, you know, we had a large sum of money because we had a few large donors who bequeathed us some money when they passed away. And that hasn't happened recently with anyone, but you know, we do have our annual appeal. We will continue with that, and you know, just keep the faith that we'll continue to send you what we can raise.
I have no doubts about that, Stephanie and Luis, because you've been faithful to us and supporting us quietly for over 15 years. So I do not have any doubts about where your heart is. I do believe, and I truly believe, like that's what I've borrowed from Mother Teresa of Calcutta. I think God cares far more, and he will put good people in our path and in your path. And yeah, as long as there is a need for the service that we are and you providing, something will come up. I don't have the answers. You don't have the answers. We remain faithful that God will take care of it and put us in touch with people. You know, what we can promise, what you have seen around, that whatever is offered, we do whatever possible, that everything goes towards the benefit of the children and their families. And I've been sending you our statistics. Over the years, there is close to 1,000 families that we were working with. So many kids and young people who've been on the street, who've been destitute and drug users, and they've been victimized. And we've managed to pull them out. And they are back on the you know, straight path, and they have families, they have their own children, they are trying to be decent people. So what else can we hope for? And that's what we are working for. So yes,
Well, thank you
so much, and everyone, you know, in Epiphany Parish, a former Holy Family parish. So to whoever chips in, and rest assured that everything, every penny goes towards the children that you choose to support. For all these years, I am so lucky. That's one of the reasons to be a religious person. I don't have a salary from the project. I don't get any salary for working here. I'm in the position where I don't need. My community takes care of me, and so everything else that is donated goes straight to kids and to making their life better and giving them opportunity for childhood, because many of them were deprived of that from the time almost when they were born. And it always gives me great joy when I see, you know, one of the things for kids that have been traumatized or severely neglected in early childhood, that they lose ability to be a childlike. And we see that when new kids come and they are not playful, they are very independent. They treat adults like obstacles, like a nuisance that has to be tolerated. And when after a few months, 4, 5, 6 months, they regain that, they start playing, they start asking your advice, they come to complain, they look for comfort in adults. So then I say, okay, we are on the right track, and that child will not remain with us any longer because there will be no need. So again, I keep repeating myself, but nothing would be possible without Epiphany Parish and without Zambia committee of that parish. There is no other way I can say that. It sounds like just being polite, but I'm not being polite. I am convinced about that 100%.
Well, you're doing all of the work.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I feel like we have gained so much just from, watching and seeing what you're able to accomplish. And
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes.
Well, together we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Together we
All right.
Yes.
I hope we can talk again in the future. This was wonderful.
Now that we have learned how to use it, I hope so. I hope
Yes.
so. We can even have virtual tea time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, thank
But
you.
it's been utter pleasure, and really, I'm so happy. I will sleep so well, and tomorrow, Father Tony will have to hear everything about that. So
Okay.
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye
Nice
bye.
seeing you.
God bless all of you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Where is the stop button?
Maybe that behind there.
There it is. Wow. And